Every year, China stages the largest human migration on Earth, as up to 1 billion people go home to mama, or to grandma or aunts and uncles, but certainly to family. Between now and the end of February, over 3 billion trips will be made by train, bus, boat, or plane to take China back to its roots. And of course, no one wants to arrive home empty-handed for Chinese New Year. China's 260 million migrant workers want to impress the relatives back home with what they can buy in the big city. This migrant worker from China's western Gansu province says he sends a chunk of his earnings home each month already. But this year, he's also taking some special gifts.
也差不多吧，我每年都是这样子，每年保持1个月给家里面打一点，因为我们打工的嘛，也挣不到什么大钱就1个月2-3千块钱收入，给家里面能给一点，给一点。有个小妹妹，她今年5岁，我给她带了一个电子琴，然后别的就一些随便小吃这些之类的，给老爸买2条烟香烟什么的，就这些。我以前回家也就给老爸带点随便带点这些东西，买些衣服啥的。
Chinese in the countryside earn only about 1/3 as much as urban dwellers. But still, the combined buying power of the people who live outside the biggest cities is nothing less than phenomenal. According to one recent study, consumers in China's biggest cities have a total of about 1 billion renminbi to spend, while those in so-called second to fourth tier cities have 8 times as much. They're using that new wealth to make their lives more comfortable, largely by buying Chinese brands.
生活用具嘛，这个美剧照嘛，这个电脑嘛，美剧照跟电脑、微波炉嘛，买块电脑你用啊。
But it's not just Chinese brands that want a share of this new affluence. Western companies must find a way to compete in the countryside because growth in the big cities has peaked. But they may find that peddling their wares in the hinterland is not quite the same thing as selling the same stuff in big city shopping malls.
Brands are really having to expand into smaller and smaller cities, really having to expand their footprint, to capture some of the, which I think very strong pent-up demand that exists in a lot of these smaller cities. The challenges in particular for the high-end luxury brands is that, is there a risk that the brand gets negatively affected by selling in too small a city or by selling in an environment that isn't actually really luxury?
Yes, China has a lot of people. Just look behind me. But a lot of Western brands have lost money thinking that just because China has a lot of people, it also has a lot of shoppers that want to buy their products. These migrant workers around me are the shape of retail to come in the Middle Kingdom. And pleasing them just isn't as easy as it used to be. Patti Waldmeir, Financial Times, Shanghai.